Good morning, guys. Today is March 17, 2017, and we are about 10 minutes away from the market open. Gap scanner this morning is a bit slow. Nothing really that has good promise or good potential. So we'll be watching for some momentum intraday on the scanner, waiting for some stock to catch traders' attention or some stock to start moving, and then we'll look to jump into that. But for the watch list, or for the being of, I guess for the sake of having a watch list, we have the first thing we have is THLD. THLD is the only stock right now on my watch list with some sort of catalyst. They have a catalyst that they combining with another company. So they're in the healthcare sector, and the other company is in the healthcare sector as well, and they're both combining as a company. So as you guys can see, that's bringing in some momentum into the market, or into the stock, sorry. It's one of the ones that it's gapping up on the daily as well. And it's a stock that's been below the $1 mark for about I'll say 6 months, 7 months or so. I guess till back in September. It's been below the $1 mark, so a potential break of $1 will bring in some lots of volume, and potentially push the stock maybe to the 120s, 130s, even 140s, right, or 150s. But for the short term target is basically look to get in on above this $90 mark. If the stock has strong momentum, strong volume coming in at the market open, and then basically look for a push towards one, and then the target would basically be 105, or just below this pre-market high of 105, or a break of 105 could bring it some more volume, and we could basically see maybe 110, 120. So that's the back of my mind target. 120 is actually back of my mind target, but we would like to see it at least get over 90 and maybe get over this $1 mark here first. It does have a float of 65 million, so a bit high float, something we don't like to trade. But the stock in the past has made some moves. I mean, on this day, it went from 61 all the way up to $1.20, and I had a volume of about 45 million. So obviously, volume is the key in this stock. Since it's a higher float, we need lots and lots of volume. On the RSI, it is a little looking a bit on the heavy side for the buyers, but we'll see when the market's open. We'll see if it does some sort of a good pullback with a potential, potential to break this 90. So there's that. The yesterday towards the after my first hour of trading, there's a lot of shippers started moving. So TOPS, TOPS, Sino, ESEA, DRYs, DCIX, like some of the GLBS is another one. So all these I'm just gonna bring up GLBS while we talk. All these shippers, they started moving, and TOPS was the first one, and then basically other shippers just started catching the sympathy plays. So right now on the this TOPS and Sino and ESA, they were all on the gap scanner this morning, but right now they're both Sino and TOPS, they're both red on the day, or pre-market, they're both red. But I feel like it could be a trap for the shorts, because that's how these stocks move. People love to short them once they start moving, and then they just go higher and higher. So I'm definitely going to be watching it. I don't think I'm just going to look away from it just because it's red on the day. I feel like it could potentially, if it goes green on the day, so which will be 220, if it breaks 220 and then rips through, we could potentially see back up to 250. A break of that, the next target is 275, which is the pre-market high, and then a potential break of that, we could see threes and then maybe even fours today. Just because if it catches momentum and traders start jumping in, people who are shorting in pre-market or people who shorted yesterday, in the 240s, they're all going to be covering once it breaks that level again. So that's the play on that. Sino, similar thing. It's red on the day. But if TOPS starts moving, and let's say we miss TOPS, we'll look for Sino, because Sino could be a potential sympathy play to TOPS. So we'll be watching these kind of hand in hand. And then ESEA is like a bit. It's the higher float out of all those two. What I like about all these shippers is that all of them are in the 50s for their RSI, so they're not super bought, or they're not overbought, and they do have some room to run. ESEA, the 200 moving average is not till 189. Right now it's in the 160s. Pre-market high is 177. This is not my favorite shipper out of all the other twos, but it does have potential, and we'll just keep it on the watch. So that's pretty much my pre-market watch list. Markets are gonna open in about 6 minutes here, but we'll just kind of be watching it. We don't. It's a Friday. Things are a bit slow. There's not a lot of press releases that come out on Friday. Usually, sometimes you get people covering their shorts and stuff on Friday, so you get like short squeezes on Friday. But other than that, we'll just be watching it and making sure that we don't jump into anything prematurely, and we don't take risk that we don't need to take. So no need to jump into anything today. I'll be okay with not trading today at all if that's the case. If there's no momentum, as long as I'm just not trading random trades, taking random trades, and just jumping into without just jump into any sort of momentum or any sort of play, because things could be a little slow today. So keep that in mind, and then we'll be back in about 5 minutes or so. Whenever I'll bring you guys back in, keep you guys in the loop. So yeah, see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, so I just got into THLD, only 200 shares, at average price is 90. So at 90, we're basically again looking for break of 1. I would probably add on the break of 1, just because I feel like if it breaks 1, we would potentially see some strong momentum come in. So I might add maybe 200 or maybe even 300. I'll see how much I add on the break of 1, especially if this volume keeps up. If it takes, if it keeps taking out, making newer high, if it keeps running here. Again, it does have a catalyst. People are going to be watching this. As you guys can see, it is moving pretty fast here. So we could potentially see it, break 1. And if it does, I would probably add 300 on the break of 1. Okay, I just added 300 here. Although it didn't break 1 yet, but I feel like if it the strength that it has right now, it could potentially break 1. So we just have to get over 99 right now. There you go, some volume coming in. 99 again. There you go, 99. There you go, I just saw 1. Let's see if it can break 1 here. If it breaks 1, we would basically be running here. I just have to make sure that my thing is at 500, because that's where I'm at. So would love to see it break 1, although there's a big I'll hold through this pullback. That's fine. I mean, obviously 1 is a strong point, but I feel like it's gonna attract buyers, and it's gonna start moving towards that direction. And once it breaks 1, 105 would be the next target, and a break of 105, we could potentially see it run to break of 105, we could potentially see it run up to what you might call 110, even 120. So that would be ideally to see. Let's see if this candle can run up. The stock definitely has strength. It's pulling back on some low volume, and if this candle starts running back up, we will potentially see break of 1 here. So I'm just gonna pause the video. I'll keep it going once we start breaking 1. Alright, so we're coming up to break of 1 here again. So I just started this video. If it doesn't break here, I'll probably look to get out. This first candle, there just needs to some more volume needs to come in. 99 needs to hit more, and then if we take out 99, because see, this was the first pullback here, first candle to make a new high. That will attract some buyers. There you go. Let's just see one on there. Let's see if we can take out one. There you go. There you go. Here we go. One is off. 105. Let's see if we can take out 105 here. You know, one just broke, so it's a strong mark. Let's see if we can take out 105. It needs to stay above 1. Come on, keep going, keep going. Let's go, let's go. Take out 102, take out 101 here, 102, 103, there you go. 104, there you go. Let's take out 105 here. See if you can, 105, there you go. 106, perfect, 107. Probably look to sell here. See if you can. There you go. I just got out at 104. Again, could have done a bit more. It could have, but it just, I wanted to see. I mean, a lot of volume came in. I feel like it would run, but I wanted it to see. What I wanted to see was I wanted it to kind of basically keep pushing up. I didn't want it to come back down, especially on the break of 1. I wanted it to just basically keep pushing, taking out buyers, keep pushing, and then the next candle to keep pushing even higher. But you know, it got over 107. If it holds 1, it could potentially run here again. But I just decided to take some profit. So see, it's hitting 1 now. Hopefully 1 will hold here, but see what happens here. Nope, 1 didn't hold. So I guess in hindsight, not a bad play. Obviously the fees on it was a bit high, you know, $10 in fees, so about $34 in profit here. Yeah, see, my average price was 95.20, and then my sell was 1.04. I mean, I could have gotten out in the 1.6s if I had my order ready then, but I just figure it might have some more momentum, especially after breaking you know, high of day, pre-market high, but that didn't work, so that's fine. Better entry on this honestly would have been back in the 80s, in the 80s. At that time I was watching it, but then I went over to tops and Sino, and then once I came back it was in the 83 84s. Good entry would have been basically once it got back over this 80 81 mark, get in, and then add at 90. That's would have been the best thing, to add at 90, and then maybe even add on the break of 1, right? Or just around this area, add it and then wait for this, or add on this pullback here, on this little pullback, first candle to make a high, add it, and then look to sell all in this here. But you know, that's fine. That's completely all right. I think it was a great trade. You know, I got in when I said I will, you know, on the break of 90, and then held through that pullback, and then basically pushed through. So, and I was ready to get out if this pullback would have failed. If this 5 EMA didn't hold, and it just kind of failed, I would have gone out, and then maybe get in once it starts curling back up or something. But for the time being, I think it was great. So yeah, I'll just pause the video. We'll keep an eye on something else, see what else is happening. PULM started moving. Really liked it in the 260s, but I just didn't get in because I wanted it to have a pullback, because I just felt like it might be a little extended, because I was looking in, it was, yeah, right around here, and I was like, oh, it might be a little extended, I'll wait for a pullback. This little candle, it was starting to pull back, but then it just started popping back up again, so I was like, okay, I'll wait for a better pullback. Got this clean 1 minute pullback, but I was waiting for the candle to make a new high, but it literally went from 294 all the way up to 310. Just boom, didn't even give me a chance to see that candle make a new high. It just jumped straight up and it started running. Now obviously getting in the near the 320s or high of day probably would be chasing it, you know, to say the least. So What else can I look for on this? Now it definitely is strong. You can just tell by the way it's moving up. It is definitely strong. Lots of volume coming in, but there's no entry point right now. There's no clean entry point. I mean, the good entry was just here on this break of this candle, but like I said, it was hanging around this 294 area, so it was basically around 293, 94. Cause a few buyers came in, and it was basically just hanging there, and then boom, went to 310 and then started moving up. So way too fast. I had my order ready at 298, because if I would have seen it start coming up, 296, 97, I would have jumped in for that break of high of day again. But like I said, it popped right over and didn't even give it opportunity to jump in. So no worries, no need to chase right now. Obviously, we could potentially wait for a cleaner pullback on the 5-minute even, and then look to jump in there. So we'll just keep an eye on it. I'll keep you guys intact, see what's going on. So I'll be back. Alright guys, so I got in at 320 on that move up there again, and we'll see if we can break out 325. I believe the high of this was 325 as well. We'll just quickly see here if we can break out 325. If it starts to look weak, I'll basically bail out. 324 here. Let's see if we can get to 325. There you go. 323. Basically try to get out at 318 here. It's looking weak. We'll see if 312 holds. If not, then I'll bail out. There you go. Oh man, I didn't get filled. Did I get filled? Yeah, I got filled. So I got filled at 311, so 9 cents loss there. I jumped in at 320 as it was curling up. I figure, the stock is strong. If it starts curling up, and it just came down to this 5 EMA and started curling up, and that's when I jumped in. But it basically got stuffed at 325 again and started moving back down. So that's fine, no worries. I thought it might have potential, especially after this little curl here. Got up to 325, consolidated after this first 1 minute candle to make a new high, got back, started consolidating, and then it popped up. But I think it was just too heavy at that time. It was too heavy, and it just didn't have that didn't have it in it. So no worries. Small position, and 9 cent loss there, and that's fine. Maybe we'll wait for a 5-minute on this. I wanted to wait for a 5-minute, but I just felt like, the stock is strong. It's a stock that makes $3-4 moves, $2-3 moves on once it starts really running, and with the lower RSI, everything. So I just figure this is something that could have potential to run. But I mean, you never know. It might just come back here. It might redeem itself. But that's fine. I tried it. I tried to see if it'll work for me at that time, and it didn't. So it might needs a bit more consolidation. It might needs to pull back. Like I said, the only reason I jumped in, because as you guys see, lots of volume came in here. Just like these, higher volume than most of anything if you've seen back here. This candle has the highest volume. So this one is 296, this one is 329. So as I saw it curl back up, get over 320, I was like, okay, if it breaks 325, the next target is basically 350. So that was the back of my mind target. Look how it's coming back up here. It pulled back to the 9 EMA and it started curling back here. So I mean, we'll see what happens. Potential play could be a break of 325, jump in there, and then the target would be 350. So we'll keep an eye on it, see what happens. Okay, I jumped back in on the break of 325, break of high of day. We'll see what it looks like here. Obviously, we want to see it push back up again. 322. I got in as it was curling, consolidated, and now it's coming back up. So I don't know if let's see what happens here. 25 again. Is 25 gonna give us trouble again here? Not sure. I'll give it a minute here. See if he can take out 25. If not, then I'll basically bail out. I'm ready to bail out at 320. There you go. I got out at 320. That's fine. So not green on the day anymore, but that's okay. PULM definitely was a better play on this entry here. I tried attempting to play it a couple times up here, but no luck. But that's fine because I'm not green on the day after all the fees and stuff, but that's okay. Alright, so 3 trades, guys, and that's the rule. Done for the day. No more trades. Ending the day, I believe, I think it's a $1 loss or something. Yeah, about $1 loss on the day after all my 3 trades. So I'd say not too shabby. I was in the green, up about $34 on the day. Then PULM basically took some of my money. That's okay. Just because I attempted to play this, obviously buying here, I figure if it breaks this 325, just like it did with heavy volume. Look at the volume. With heavy volume breaking 325, but I think it's just it just doesn't have that strength, because if it was to break 325 on this kind of high volume, we would want to see it run over to 330, push to 340, 350. That's what we would have liked to see on this, and that's what I attempted to play. That's why I played it, because I felt like it did have that strength, but it just didn't. So thanks for watching, guys. It's a Friday, it's St. Patty's Day, so I wish I was in green so I can say happy St. Patty's Day, but I'm in dollar red, so that's fine. I guess in profit wise I'm in green, just the pure profits, but when you consider the fees and stuff, which is part of trading, I'm red, and that's okay. Losing $1 on my red day, that's fine, versus where I had losses of 80, 90, 100, $200. So that's completely fine. I am done for now. 3 trades, that's my rule. I don't want to do any more than 3 trades per day, because then I know I'm over trading. I'm just jumping into random trades and I'm not looking for good setups. So that being said, thank you for watching, guys. Have a great weekend. Have a great St. Patty's Day. Don't drink and drive, and yeah, enjoy. See you guys Monday.